The unexpected call. Dr. Emily Chen stifled a yawn as she peered into the holographic display, examining the intricate cellular structure of her latest patient, a Martian dust mite brought in by a worried colonist. The clock on her lab wall showed 2:37 a.m. Earth Standard Time, but in her line of work, regular hours were a luxury she couldn't afford. As the foremost xenoveterinarian on Earth, Emily had dedicated her life to understanding and treating the vast array of exotic creatures that humanity encountered as it spread across the stars. Her small clinic, nestled in the heart of New Singapore, had become a beacon of hope for interstellar travelers and their unusual companions. The quiet hum of medical equipment filled the air, punctuated by the occasional chittering of alien pets in the recovery ward. Emily was about to call it a night when a sharp chime cut through the ambient noise. Her communication panel lit up with an incoming transmission, the seal of the Galactic Council glowing ominously on the screen. Emily's heart raced as she accepted the call. The Galactic Council rarely contacted individual humans directly, let alone at such an odd hour. A hologram flickered to life, revealing the stern visage of Councillor Zixnara, a member of the Arcturian delegation. Dr. Chen, the alien's multitonal voice reverberated through the lab. Your expertise is urgently required. The Zephyrian Empire faces a crisis that threatens the stability of an entire sector. Emily blinked, trying to process the information. The Zephyrians were a notoriously isolationist species, known for their advanced biotechnology and the massive sky whales that served as the backbone of their society. I'm honored, Counselor, but what could I possibly offer that Zephyrian scientists can't handle? Zixnara's expression darkened. The Zephyrian Queen's personal sky whale has fallen ill. Their attempts to treat it have failed, and they fear its death could trigger a catastrophic chain of events. Your unorthodox methods and experience with diverse species make you uniquely qualified to assist. Emily's mind raced with questions, but she knew there was only one answer she could give. I understand, Counselor. When do I leave? Immediately. A council ship awaits you at the spaceport. Time is of the essence, Dr. Chen. The fate of more than just the sky whale hangs in the balance. As the transmission ended, Emily sprang into action. She hurriedly packed her most advanced diagnostic tools, an array of multi-species medications, and as many xenobiology reference materials as she could fit into her field kit. Her assistant, a young intern named Raj, watched wide-eyed as she explained the situation. Cancel all my appointments for the next month, Emily instructed as she donned her envirosuit, and take care of the clinic. I'm not sure when I'll be back. The journey to the spaceport was a blur of adrenaline and anticipation. As Emily boarded the sleek council vessel, she couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and trepidation. The ship's engines hummed to life, and within moments, they were breaching Earth's atmosphere, bound for the distant world of Zephyria. During the faster-than-light journey, Emily immersed herself in what little information was available about Zephyrian biology. The sky whales were magnificent creatures, part animal, part living starship. They played a crucial role in Zephyrian society, serving as transportation, habitation, and a cornerstone of their culture. The illness of the Queen's personal sky whale could indeed have far-reaching consequences. Days blended together in the timeless void of hyperspace. Emily used every moment to prepare, running simulations and hypothesizing potential treatments. Finally, the ship dropped out of FTL, and the swirling azure orb of Zephyria filled the view screen. As they descended through the planet's atmosphere, Emily gasped at the sight below. Massive sky whales drifted serenely through the clouds, their translucent skin shimmering with bioluminescent patterns. Cities clung to the giants' backs, a harmonious blend of organic and technological marvels. The ship touched down on a floating platform tethered to the largest sky whale Emily had ever seen. Its skin was pale and lackluster compared to its kin, a visible sign of its illness. A delegation of Zephyrians awaited her, their tall, willowy forms swaying gently in the high-altitude winds. Emily stepped onto Zephyrian soil, her envirosuit automatically adjusting to the lower gravity and higher oxygen content. The lead Zephyrian, adorned in elaborate biotech regalia, approached her. "I am Seltora, royal physician to Her Majesty, Queen Astrolux." The alien's melodious voice resonated in Emily's mind through some form of telepathy. "We welcome you to Zephyria, Dr. Chen. Though I must admit, many of us are skeptical of what a human can offer in this dire situation." Emily straightened her back, meeting Zeltora's gaze steadily. "I understand your reservations, royal physician. I'm here to help in any way I can. Perhaps a fresh perspective is exactly what's needed." Zeltora nodded, a gesture Emily hoped indicated acceptance rather than dismissal. "Come, Her Majesty awaits, and time grows short for Celestia." "Celestia?" Emily inquired as they walked towards an organic-looking transport. "The Queen's sky whale," Zeltora explained. "She has been in our royal lineage for over 1,000 of your Earth years. Her loss would be unthinkable." As they glided through the floating city, Emily marveled at the seamless integration of technology and biology. Everything seemed alive, from the buildings to the vehicles. She could only imagine the complexity of treating a being like Celestia, who was as much a part of this ecosystem as she was an individual creature. They arrived at the royal chambers, a vast, pulsating structure that seemed to breathe in sync with the ailing sky whale beneath it. Emily steeled herself as the doors parted, revealing a cavernous room filled with anxious Zephyrian nobles and attendants. At the center stood Queen Astrolux, her bioluminescent markings pulsing with worry and hope. Her eyes locked onto Emily, and in that moment, the human doctor felt the weight of an entire civilization's expectations settle upon her shoulders. "Dr. Chen," the Queen's voice echoed in Emily's mind, filled with a mixture of authority and desperation. "You stand in the heart of Celestia, the living spirit of our people. Can you save her?" Emily took a deep breath, her determination solidifying as she faced this monumental challenge. "Your Majesty, I give you my word I will do everything in my power to heal Celestia. Humanity and Zephyria may be different, but today we stand united in our goal." As Emily spoke those words, she knew that her greatest test as a xenoveterinarian, and perhaps as a representative of humanity, was about to begin. The fate of Celestia, the Zephyrian Empire, and possibly the delicate balance of galactic politics now rested in her hands. With a nod to the Queen, she opened her medical kit and prepared to face the unknown. Whispers of the cosmic whale. Dr. Emily Chen stood at the edge of a pulsating, organic platform, her eyes wide with wonder and scientific curiosity. Before her, stretching out for miles, was the vast, shimmering form of Celestia, the royal sky whale of Zephyria. The creature's skin rippled with waves of bioluminescence, each pulse growing weaker by the moment. "Incredible," Emily breathed, her voice barely audible of the low, mournful song emanating from the ailing beast. She turned to Queen Astrolux, who hovered nearby, her own bioluminescent patterns dim with worry. "Your Majesty, I've never seen anything like this. Celestia isn't just a living being, she's an entire ecosystem." The Queen's telepathic voice resonated in Emily's mind. "Indeed, Dr. Chen, Celestia is the cornerstone of our civilization, a bridge between the cosmic and the terrestrial. Her song shapes our weather, her body houses our cities, and her wisdom guides our people." Emily nodded, her mind racing with the implications. This wasn't just about saving an animal, it was about preserving the delicate balance of an entire alien society. She unpacked her medical kit, pulling out a device that looked like a cross between a stethoscope and a kaleidoscope. "This is a quantum resonance imager," Emily explained to the curious Zephyrian onlookers. "It should allow me to see the flow of energy within Celestia's body at a subatomic level." As she pressed the device against Celestia's skin, holographic displays erupted around her, filling the air with swirling patterns of light and color. Emily's eyes darted from one readout to another, her brow furrowing in concentration. "This is extraordinary," she muttered. Celestia's cellular structure is unlike anything I've ever encountered. It's as if she exists in multiple dimensions simultaneously. Celtora, the royal physician, floated closer, his tendrils twitching with a mixture of curiosity and skepticism. What does this mean for Celestia's condition, human? Emily bit her lip, considering her words carefully. It means that treating her won't be as straightforward as I initially thought. Her illness isn't just physical, it's metaphysical. We're not just dealing with biology here, but with the very fabric of space-time. A murmur rippled through the gathered Zephyrians, a mixture of awe and concern. Queen Astrolux's voice cut through the telepathic chatter. "Can you heal her, Dr. Chen?" Emily took a deep breath, steeling herself for the challenge ahead. "I believe I can, Your Majesty, but I'll need to understand more about Zephyrian history and the nature of your connection to the sky whales. There's something here that goes beyond science as we know it." The Queen nodded solemnly. "Very well. I shall take you to the ancestral archives. But be warned, Dr. Chen, no outsider has ever been granted access to this knowledge. The secrets you learn there must never leave Zephyria." As they made their way to the archives, Emily couldn't shake the feeling that she was on the verge of uncovering something monumental. The floating city around them buzzed with activity, Zephyrians of all castes working tirelessly to maintain the delicate balance of their society in Celestia's weakened state. The ancestral archives turned out to be a vast, living library, a sentient choral-like structure that pulsed with the collective memories of countless generations. As Emily stepped inside, tendrils of light reached out to her, interfacing directly with her mind. Suddenly, she was awash in a sea of information, experiencing millennia of Zephyrian history in a matter of moments. She saw the first contact between the ancient Zephyrians and the cosmic sky whales, witnessed the forging of a symbiotic bond that transcended physical limitations, and felt the deep spiritual connection that tied the fate of an entire species to these majestic beings. As the vision faded, Emily gasped, staggering slightly. Queen Astrolux steadied her with a gentle tendril. "What did you see, Dr. Chen?" Emily's eyes were wide with realization. The sky whales, they're not just creatures, are they? They're conduits, living wormholes that connect distant parts of the universe. Celtora's bioluminescent patterns flashed with alarm. Impossible. How could a human comprehend such profound cosmic truths? But Emily was already racing ahead, her mind connecting dots across species and star systems. That's why Celestia's illness is so catastrophic. She's not just sick, she's becoming unanchored from spacetime itself. The implications were staggering. If Celestia died, it wouldn't just mean the loss of a single being or even the collapse of Zephyrian society. It could result in the closure of vital cosmic pathways, potentially isolating entire sectors of the galaxy. Emily turned to the Queen, her face set with determination. "Your Majesty, healing Celestia will require more than just medicine. We need to reforge the quantum entanglement that binds her to this realm of existence." Queen Astrolux's bioluminescence pulsed with a glimmer of hope. "What do you propose, Dr. Chen?" Emily's mind raced with possibilities, drawing on her vast knowledge of xenobiology and the new cosmic truths she'd uncovered. "We'll need to create a quantum catalyst, a fusion of Zephyrian biotechnology and Earth's most advanced particle physics. It's risky, and it's never been attempted before, but I believe it's our only chance." The Queen's telepathic voice resonated with royal authority. "Then we shall provide you with whatever resources you require, Dr. Chen. The fate of Celestia, of Zephyria, and perhaps of the galaxy itself rests in your hands." As Emily began outlining her audacious plan, she couldn't help but feel a mix of exhilaration and terror. She was about to attempt something that pushed the boundaries of known science, that merged the mystical and the quantum in ways she had never imagined possible. But as she looked up at the swirling, bioluminescent patterns that danced across Celestia's vast form, Emily knew that this was why she had become a xenoveterinarian. This was humanity's chance to prove its worth on the cosmic stage, to demonstrate that their young species had something unique and valuable to offer the galaxy. With a deep breath, Emily Chen, Earth's foremost xenoveterinarian, prepared to embark on the most important mission of her life, one that would challenge everything she thought she knew about the universe and her place in it. Quantum entanglement of souls. Dr. Emily Chen stood at the heart of a massive, pulsating chamber deep within Celestia's body. The air shimmered with bioluminescent particles, each one a tiny universe of possibility. Around her, a team of Zephyrian scientists worked feverishly, their tendrils intertwining with holographic interfaces as they prepared for the most daring experiment in their species' history. Hyperdimensional resonators online called out Zix, Emily's newly appointed Zephyrian assistant. His crystalline exoskeleton glowed with excitement and nervousness. Emily nodded, her eyes fixed on the central platform where a device of her own design hummed with barely contained energy. It was a marvel of cross-species engineering. Earth's most advanced quantum technology seamlessly merged with Zephyrian biotechnology. Initiating dark matter infusion, Emily announced, her voice steady despite the butterflies in her stomach. This was it, the moment that would either save Celestia or potentially tear a hole in the fabric of spacetime. As the device powered up, tendrils of shadow-like energy began to coalesce around it. Emily's mind raced, recalling the ancient Zephyrian texts she had studied. The Skywhales weren't just living ships, they were cosmic anchors, tethering entire galaxies together through quantum entanglement on a scale previously thought impossible. Celestia's illness wasn't just physical, it was a fundamental disconnection from the cosmic web that bound all of reality together. Emily's plan was audacious, to use the quantum catalyst to reforge those broken connections, essentially re-entangling Celestia with the universe itself. Metaphysical resonance at 75% and climbing, Zix reported, his tendrils fluttering with tension. Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the chamber. Emily's heart raced as she saw readings spike across her holographic displays. Gravitational anomalies detected, she shouted. We're causing micro-singularities to form. The chamber shuddered, and for a terrifying moment, Emily thought they had made a catastrophic mistake. But then she saw it, streams of impossibly dark energy flowing from the singularities, weaving themselves into Celestia's very being. It's working, Emily exclaimed, her eyes wide with wonder. The micro-black holes are acting as conduits, reconnecting Celestia to the cosmic web. As the process continued, the entire Skywhale began to pulse with renewed energy. Colors Emily had never seen before, colors that shouldn't exist in normal space, danced across Celestia's skin. It was as if they were witnessing the birth of a new universe within the body of the ancient creature. Queen Astrolux's voice echoed through their minds, filled with awe and gratitude. Dr. Chen, you've done it. Celestia's song, it's stronger than ever before. But Emily knew their work wasn't finished. As the quantum catalyst continued to reforge Celestia's cosmic connections, she turned to Zix. We need to stabilize these new pathways. Prepare the chronoton emitters. What followed was a delicate dance of science and intuition. Emily and the Zephyrian team worked in perfect harmony, using technology beyond human understanding and alien techniques that defied conventional physics. They were not just healing a living being, they were rewriting the laws of reality on a localized scale. Hours passed in a blur of activity. Finally, as the last quantum pathway stabilized, Emily stepped back, her body trembling with exhaustion and exhilaration. She looked up at the vast expanse of Celestia's inner chamber, now thrumming with renewed life and cosmic energy. Vital signs stabilizing, Zix reported, his voice filled with disbelief and joy. She's not just healed, she's transcended. As if in response to his words, a melodious song filled the air, Celestia's voice, but unlike anything they had heard before. It was a symphony of starlight and dark matter, of quantum possibilities and cosmic constants. Emily felt it resonate in her very soul, connecting her to something vast and beautiful beyond imagining. Queen Astrolux appeared beside them, her bioluminescent patterns pulsing with emotions too complex for human understanding. "Dr. Chen," she said, her mental voice thick with emotion, "you haven't just saved Celestia. You've ushered in a new era for our people, for the entire galaxy." Emily smiled, feeling a profound sense of accomplishment and humility. "It was a team effort, Your Majesty. Human ingenuity and Zephyrian wisdom working in harmony." As they exited Celestia's body, Emily gasped at the sight that greeted them. The sky above Zephyria was alive with swirling auroras of impossible colors. In the distance, she could see other sky whales approaching, drawn by Celestia's renewed cosmic song. "The pathways between worlds are opening," Queen Astrolux explained. "Celestia's healing has strengthened the entire network of cosmic connections. Dr. Chen, you've unlocked the secrets of faster-than-light travel and interdimensional communication." Emily's mind reeled at the implications. In saving one alien creature, she had potentially revolutionized humanity's place in the galaxy. The barriers between species, between entire civilizations, were about to crumble. As she stood there, watching the dawn of a new cosmic age, Emily Chen, then a veterinarian turned interdimensional hero, knew that her greatest adventures were just beginning. The universe had been healed, reborn, and reconnected, all because humanity had reached out a helping hand to an alien in need. The cosmic whale song echoed across the stars, carrying with a message of hope, unity, and the boundless potential of life in all its wondrous forms. The celestial nexus awakens. As the cosmic auroras danced across Zephyria's skies, Dr. Emily Chen found herself at the center of a galactic revolution. The healing of Celestia had triggered a chain reaction that was reshaping the very fabric of space-time. Emily's quantum catalyst, born from the fusion of human ingenuity and Zephyrian biotechnology, had unlocked a power beyond imagination. "Dr. Chen," Queen Astrolux's voice resonated in her mind, "the Galactic Council demands an audience. Your actions have changed everything." Emily swallowed hard, realizing the full weight of her accomplishment. "I'm ready, Your Majesty." In a flash of bioluminescent energy, they were transported to the heart of Celestia. The massive chamber had transformed into a swirling vortex of cosmic energy, a living star map of the universe. Holographic representatives from 1,000 alien races flickered into existence around them, their eyes or equivalent sensory organs fixed on the human doctor. The lead counselor, a being of pure energy contained within a crystalline shell, spoke first. "Dr. Emily Chen of Earth, do you comprehend the magnitude of what you've done?" Emily straightened her back, meeting the counselor's gaze. "I set out to heal a patient, counselor." The ramifications were unexpected. A ripple of murmurs passed through the assembled delegates. Another counselor, a hive mind of gaseous entities, swirled in agitation. "You've shattered the barriers between dimensions. The celestial nexus has awakened." "Celestial nexus?" Emily asked, her scientific curiosity piqued despite the tense atmosphere. Queen Astrolux stepped forward, her bioluminescence pulsing with pride. "An ancient legend among our people, a cosmic network connecting all sentient life across the multiverse. Your actions, Dr. Chen, have made it a reality." Suddenly, the chamber filled with a sound unlike anything Emily had ever heard, a harmonic convergence of 1,000,000 alien voices, resonating with the very strings of the universe. The sky whale song had evolved, becoming a cosmic symphony. "The song of creation," whispered Zix in awe. "It's real." As the music washed over them, Emily felt her consciousness expand. She saw glimpses of other worlds, other realities, countless variations of Earth, Zephyria, and planets she couldn't even name. The multiverse stretched out before her, infinite in its possibilities. "This is incredible," Emily breathed, her mind racing with the implications. With the celestial nexus, we could solve problems on a multiversal scale, share knowledge across dimensions, end scarcity, disease, conflict. The energy being counselor's voice cut through her thoughts. and invite chaos and destruction on an unprecedented scale. This power is too much for any one species to control. Emily's heart sank as she realized the fear in the counselor's words. But then she had an idea, a flash of inspiration born from her unique perspective as a xenoveterinarian. What if we didn't try to control it, she proposed. What if we treated the celestial nexus like an ecosystem? A delicate balance to be maintained, not a resource to be exploited. The chamber fell silent, all eyes on the human doctor. Emily continued, her voice growing stronger. On Earth, we've learned, often the hard way, that the healthiest ecosystems are those with the greatest diversity. What if we applied that principle to the multiverse? She gestured to the swirling cosmic map around them. We could establish a network of custodians, representatives from every sentient species, working together to nurture and protect the celestial nexus. Not controlling, but coexisting. Learning from each other, growing together. The Galactic Council erupted in a cacophony of debate. Some voices cried out in support, others in vehement opposition. But as the discussion raged, Emily noticed something extraordinary happening. The cosmic symphony was changing, adapting to the emotions and thoughts swirling through the chamber. It was as if the celestial nexus itself was responding to their debate, showing them glimpses of possible futures, both wondrous and terrifying. It's alive, Emily realized aloud. The nexus. It's not just a network. It's a living entity, spanning all of reality. As if in response to her words, a new presence made itself known. It wasn't a voice, not in any conventional sense, but a feeling, a cosmic awareness that touched the minds of everyone present. The celestial nexus was communicating with them. In that moment of connection, Emily understood. The awakening of the nexus wasn't an end goal, but the beginning of a journey. A cosmic evolution that would reshape the destiny of all sentient life. We stand at a crossroads. Emily addressed the council, her voice ringing with newfound purpose. We can cling to our old ways, our fears and divisions, or we can embrace this new reality, becoming part of something greater than ourselves. She extended her hand, palm up, and watched in amazement as a miniature galaxy swirled to life above it, a gift from the Nexus itself. I propose a new role for humanity, for all of us. Let us become the caretakers of the cosmos, not conquerors, not exploiters, but nurturers of life in all its infinite diversity. As her words echoed through the chamber, Emily felt a shift in the cosmic energy. The fear and tension began to dissolve, replaced by a sense of wonder and possibility. One by one, the councillors and delegates nodded in agreement. Queen Astrolux's voice rang out, filled with pride and hope. Dr. Emily Chen, Xenoveterinarian of Earth, has shown us the way. Let this be the dawn of a new age, the age of the cosmic gardeners. The chamber erupted in cheers, the cosmic symphony swelling to a triumphant crescendo. As Emily stood there, bathed in the light of a billion stars, she knew that her greatest work was just beginning. The multiverse was their patient now, and together, they would nurture it into a future brighter than any single species could have imagined. The adventure of cosmic proportions had only just begun, with humanity ready to play its part in the grandest story ever told. The Quantum Gardener's Odyssey. Dr. Emily Chen stood at the helm of the Starweaver, a living ship born from the fusion of Zephyrian biotechnology and the newly awakened celestial nexus. The vessel pulsed with cosmic energy, its translucent hull shimmering with constellations from 1,000 realities. Quantum Fold Drive's primed dock, called out Jack Harper, the gruff ex-military pilot who'd volunteered for this unprecedented mission. His weathered face broke into a grin, ready to make history. Emily nodded, her heart racing with anticipation. Initiate the jump, Jack. Let's see what the multiverse has in store for us. As the Starweaver surged forward, reality itself seemed to bend and twist. The familiar stars of their home universe gave way to a kaleidoscopic tunnel of pure possibility. Emily felt a moment of vertigo as her mind struggled to comprehend the journey they were undertaking. Suddenly, They emerged into a realm unlike anything they had ever seen. The sky was a tapestry of fractal patterns, each swirl and eddy a window into another dimension. Floating islands of crystalline matter drifted by, teeming with life forms that defied conventional biology. "Welcome to the Nexus Confluence," announced Zix, the Zephyrian scientist whose iridescent tendrils danced with excitement. "The crossroads of all realities." As they marveled at the sight, a melodic tone chimed through the ship. Emily's eyes widened as she recognized the sound. It's a distress call from the Nexus itself. Without hesitation, Emily directed the Starweaver towards the source of the call. As they approached, they saw a massive, pulsating structure that seemed to be composed of pure thought and emotion. "It's a Nexus node," Zix explained, his voice filled with awe. "A vital junction in the cosmic network. And it's sick." Emily's xenoveterinary instincts kicked in. She could sense the node's distress, feel a disruption in its quantum rhythms. "We need to stabilize it," she declared. "Prepare for quantum entanglement." What followed was a delicate dance of science and intuition. Emily, Jack, and Zix worked in perfect harmony, using their unique skills and perspectives to diagnose and treat the ailing Nexus node. Emily's hands flew over holographic controls, adjusting quantum frequencies and aligning multidimensional harmonics. Jack's piloting skills were put to the test as he navigated the Starweaver through swirling eddies of spacetime, positioning them at critical junctures around the node. Zix, meanwhile, communed directly with the Nexus, his Zephyrian biology allowing him to interpret its complex signals. "It's struggling to maintain coherence," he reported. "The connections between realities are fraying." Emily's mind raced. She thought back to her early days as a vet, treating a terraformed elephant on Mars that had succumbed to a quantum virus. The solution then had been to realign its neural pathways using a modified tachyon beam. Could a similar approach work on a cosmic scale? "Jack, I need you to execute a Mobius loop around the node," Emily commanded. Zix prepared to channel the ship's quantum core directly into the node's central matrix. As the Starweaver spiraled around the massive structure, Emily felt the familiar rush of adrenaline that came with a challenging case. This was xenoveterinary medicine on a scale she had never imagined, but the fundamental principles remained the same: observe, diagnose, treat. With a burst of energy that sent ripples across the multiversal fabric, Emily initiated the treatment. Streams of quantum information flowed from the Starweaver into the Nexus node, carrying with them the harmonizing influence of the cosmic symphony they had first heard on Zephyria. For a heart-stopping moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then, slowly but surely, the chaotic pulsations of the node began to stabilize. Colors shifted, energies realigned, and a sense of balance returned to the cosmic crossroads. "We did it," Jack whooped, pumping his fist in the air. But their celebration was short-lived. As the node regained its stability, it projected a vision into their minds, a glimpse of the challenges that lay ahead. Emily saw countless other nodes, each one vital to the health of the celestial nexus, each one facing unique threats. Some were plagued by quantum parasites, others twisted by the actions of well-meaning but misguided civilizations attempting to harness the nexus's power. "This is bigger than we thought," Emily murmured, her voice filled with determination. "We're not just gardeners anymore. We're the immune system of the multiverse." As if in response to her words, the healed Nexus node pulsed with gratitude. In that moment, Emily and her team were infused with new knowledge, gifts from the Nexus itself. Emily felt her understanding of quantum biology expand exponentially. Jack's mind was filled with the secrets of navigating the treacherous currents between realities. Zix found his ability to communicate with the Nexus enhanced beyond his wildest dreams. "So, Doc," Jack said with a grin, "where to next? Sounds like we've got a whole multiverse of house calls to make." Emily looked out at the swirling cosmos, feeling a profound sense of purpose. This was why she had become a xenoveterinarian: to heal, to understand, to bridge the gaps between different forms of life. "Now, She and her team would do that on a scale beyond imagination. "Set a course, Jack," she said, her eyes shining with the light of a billion realities. "The quantum gardeners have work to do." As the Starweaver leaped back into the cosmic currents, Emily knew that their journey was just beginning. They were pioneers on the grandest frontier ever explored, caretakers of the very fabric of existence. And with each Nexus node they healed, each reality they touched, they were writing a new chapter in the greatest story ever told, the story of life itself, flourishing across the infinite expanse of the multiverse. The adventure continued, with humanity playing a crucial role in nurturing the cosmic garden of reality itself. The paradox plague. The Starweaver emerged from a swirling vortex of quantum foam, its hull gleaming with the residual energy of 1,000 traversed realities. Dr. Emily Chen stood at the command center, her eyes fixed on the holographic display that showed their next destination, the Chronos Nexus, a temporal hub where the timelines of countless universes converged. "Looks like we've got a code Omega, Doc," Jack Harper announced, his gruff voice tinged with concern. "The Nexus is sending out distress signals across all temporal frequencies." Emily's brow furrowed as she analyzed the incoming data. "This is unlike anything we've encountered before. The temporal flows are inverting." Zix, their Zephyrian companion, extended his crystalline tendrils to interface directly with the ship's sensors. His bioluminescent patterns pulsed with alarm. "It's worse than we thought. The Chronos Nexus is infected with a paradox plague." The words sent a chill down Emily's spine. They had heard whispers of the paradox plague during their journeys, a theoretical catastrophe that could unravel the very fabric of spacetime. But to see it manifesting before their eyes was terrifying. As they approached the Chronos Nexus, the view outside the Starweaver's windows defied comprehension. Past, present, and future collided in a maelstrom of temporal energy. They saw civilizations rise and fall in the blink of an eye, stars being born and dying simultaneously, and echoes of events that had never occurred bleeding into reality. "We need to act fast," Emily declared, her mind racing with potential solutions. If the paradox plague spreads beyond the Chronos Nexus, it could infect the entire multiverse. Jack maneuvered the Starweaver closer, dodging temporal eddies and pockets of non-causality. "How do we treat something that exists in all times at once, Doc?" Emily's eyes lit up with sudden inspiration. "We fight time with time. Zix, remember the chronospores we collected from the Epoch Gardens?" Zix's tendrils rippled with excitement. Of course, their non-linear growth patterns could stabilize the temporal fluctuations. "Exactly," Emily nodded. "But we'll need to modify them to operate on a cosmic scale. Jack, I need you to pilot us into the eye of the temporal storm. Zix and I will prepare the chronospores for dispersal." As Jack guided the Starweaver through the chaotic time escape, Emily and Zix worked feverishly in the ship's biolab. They infused the chronospores with quantum entanglement particles, creating a treatment that could propagate across all timelines simultaneously. "Ready for deployment," Emily announced as they returned to the command center. "Jack, on my mark, execute a temporal loop around the Nexus core. We'll release the spores at the convergence point of all timelines." The next few moments were a blur of action. The Starweaver spun and dove through the heart of the Chronos Nexus, its quantum shields straining against the paradoxical forces. At the precise moment when all timelines aligned, Emily activated the dispersal mechanism. A burst of iridescent particles erupted from the Starweaver, spreading out in a spherical wave that transcended time and space. For a breathless moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then, slowly but surely, the temporal chaos began to stabilize. Past, present, and future untangled themselves, settling back into their proper flows. The paradox plague receded, unable to maintain its hold in the face of the chronospore's healing influence. As the Chronos Nexus returned to its normal state, a new presence made itself known. A being of pure temporal energy materialized before them, the avatar of time itself. Quantum gardeners, the Avatar's voice echoed through their minds, transcending language. You have averted a crisis that threatened the very foundations of existence. The multiverse owes you a debt that spans eternity. Emily, Jack, and Zix stood in awe, humbled by the cosmic significance of their actions. But the Avatar wasn't finished. Your journey has only just begun, it continued. The paradox plague was but a symptom of a greater imbalance. The celestial nexus faces threats from forces beyond your comprehension, entities that seek to rewrite the laws of reality itself. Images flashed through their minds, dark dimensions where entropy reigns supreme, civilizations that had transcended physical form and now sought to reshape the multiverse in their image, and glimpses of a looming conflict that would determine the fate of all existence. You have proven yourselves worthy guardians, the Avatar declared. But to face the challenges ahead, you must evolve. Are you prepared to take the next step in your cosmic journey? Emily looked at her companions, seeing the same determination reflected in their eyes that she felt in her heart. They had come so far from their humble beginnings, a human Cenoveterinarian, an Earth pilot, and a Zephyrian scientist. Now they stood at the threshold of an even greater adventure. "We are ready," Emily answered, her voice ringing with conviction. The Avatar nodded, and suddenly, the team felt themselves changing. Knowledge and power flowed into them, expanding their consciousness and capabilities beyond anything they had imagined. Emily felt her understanding of life itself deepen, gaining insights into forms of existence that transcended conventional biology. Jack's mind expanded to encompass the intricacies of multiversal navigation, allowing him to plot courses through dimensions yet undiscovered. Zix's ability to communicate with the celestial nexus evolved, turning him into a living conduit for the cosmic web. As the transformation completed, the Avatar of Time spoke one last time. "Go forth, guardians of reality. The fate of all existence rests in your hands." With a flash of temporal energy, the Avatar vanished, leaving the newly empowered team aboard the Starwaver. The ship itself had changed, now pulsing with the power of the Kronos Nexus, ready to take them to the farthest reaches of the multiverse. Emily, her eyes shining with the light of infinite possibilities, turned to her companions. "Well, team, it looks like our house calls just got a lot more interesting. Shall we see what the multiverse has in store for us next?" With a shared laugh that echoed across dimensions, the Guardians of Reality set course for their next adventure. The Starweaver leaped into the cosmic currents, carrying with it the hopes of countless realities and the indomitable spirit of those who had chosen to become the caretakers of existence itself. The greatest journey in the history of the multiverse had only just begun, and at its heart was a team bound by friendship, curiosity, and the unwavering desire to heal and protect life in all its infinite forms.